Hey, what's up, team? My name is T. Edwards, and I teach leadership. Not the leadership that you may understand or think you understand. This is going to be a little something different. And I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the things about leadership that you may be getting wrong. Stick with me. So I want to start off by telling you a little story. I've been in corporate America for over 30 years, and every now and then I get the pleasure of mentoring young up-and-coming leaders, young emerging leaders, and I get to teach them some of the things I've learned the hard way along those 30 plus years. So not long ago, I was in the office and a young guy comes up to me and he says, "Hey, T, I really want to schedule some time with you because I want to do some interview practicing because I want to post for the next leadership spot that comes available." And I said, "Man, that is awesome. You're ready to do it. You're ready to climb the ladder. Tell me, why do you want to go into leadership?" I'm not lost for words. That's what he did. He took a moment, he gathered his thoughts, and he says, "Well, honestly, I'm getting a little bored with what I've been doing. You know, I've been doing okay on the floor, and plus the money is so much better when you make the move to the next level." Wrong. Money? No, that is the worst reason to ever want to move up and assume the responsibility of leadership. Listen, if this young guy that I work with has this misunderstanding, maybe some of you do too. So let's talk about the 5 things that you may be misunderstanding about leadership. Here they are. Number 1. You may hear this in your office. I know I do. But oh my God, I get so sick and tired of hearing people talk about you've got to hold others accountable. You've got to make them do this and make them do that and blah, 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 hold them accountable to blah, blah, blah. That drives me insane. I hate to hear people say that. It's like nails on a chalkboard. Let me tell you why. It is impossible to make someone do something that they don't want to do. Okay, the only person that you can hold accountable for anything is yourself. You have to hold yourself accountable for doing the things that are going to lead to your own success. It is not up to anyone else. It is no one else's responsibility to make you do things. You have to be the driver of your own craft. You have to move forward. No one else can make you do that. So the first misconception about leadership is that it's about power over others. It is not. Leadership is about power over yourself. Only you can hold yourself accountable. You can't hold anyone else accountable for anything. Okay, so let's talk about the second misconception about leadership, and that is this. And most people get this wrong. Don't feel bad if you're in that group. Number 2, leadership is not about your 9 to 5. Leadership is how you live your life. Okay? I know your next question. What is life, T? I'm going to define it for you. Life is a series of challenges destined to be met and mastered. Say it with me. Life is a series of challenges destined to be met and mastered. Say it again. Life is a series of challenges destined to be met and mastered. Say it again until you get it. Life is a series of challenges destined to be met and mastered. And once you understand that leadership is all about mastering your life and doing the things you want to do and achieving success in your endeavors, then you will understand what leadership is truly all about. So what's that look like? You go to work 5, 6, 7 days a week, all day, every day, and supervise. You spend all day managing and CEOing and AVPing. And then after that, you quit. You go home and you quit. You quit living. Okay? You quit writing that book. You quit working out. You quit starting your own business. You quit. Matter of fact, it gets so bad you give up giving up. You give up giving up smoking. You give up giving up drinking. You give up giving up partying all night. What's left? Is all that you live for work? What about the rest of your life? That's where leadership comes in. Leadership is about living your life. Leadership is about success in every part of your life, not just your 9 to 5. If you aren't leading, what are you doing? If you're not leading, you're not living. What is life? Life is a series of challenges destined to be met and mastered. We talked about that. Once you understand that leadership is how you live, leadership is what you do every day to achieve your goals, you will truly understand what leadership is all about. Leadership is about living your life successfully and abundantly. If you aren't leading, you are dying. Okay, team, you ready for number 3? All right, and I know a lot of you get this one wrong. Leadership, management, and coaching are often used synonymously. They're often used interchangeably, one being the same as the other. Wrong. Leadership, management, and coaching are all different. They are not the same. They are all completely different. Let's talk about coaching first. What is coaching? Okay, a lot of people really don't understand what coaching is. Let me explain. Coaching, there are 4 components to coaching. Okay, component number 1, coaching is about bringing a self-awareness. Either if you're coaching yourself, okay, you're gonna bring a self-awareness about yourself. You're gonna learn who you are. If you're coaching others, typically, if you're coaching others, coaching is about bringing about a self-awareness. Component number 2. Coaching is about bringing about a self-awareness of an ineffective behavior, a behavior that leads you to an undesirable result, a behavior that leads you the exact opposite of where you want to go. So component 1 is bringing about a self-awareness. Component 2 is bringing about a self-awareness of an ineffective behavior. The third component of coaching is replacing the ineffective behavior with an effective behavior. The coach says, hey, Terrence, you're doing it wrong. Let me show you the proper way. Let us develop a better way for you to achieve your goals, for you to do what you're trying to do. Whether it's practicing your golf swing or practicing your sales pitch, a good coach will help you identify an ineffective behavior and will help you replace it with an effective behavior. Component 4, the final component of coaching, is repeating the effective behavior, re-emphasizing the effective behavior, redoing it over and over and over again, not until you get it right, but until you cannot get it wrong. That's what an effective coach does, okay? The leader, she recognizes the need for the coaching and makes sure that coaching gets done. That's what the leader does, all right? Let's talk about management. Coaching, management, different things. What is management? This is huge. Management. We don't manage people. We lead people. We manage processes. We manage protocols. We manage files to make sure that we are in compliance. We manage procedures to make sure that we are doing things most efficiently. Okay, that's what management is. We lead people, we manage other things. Understand that. Know the difference between management, coaching, and leadership. Now, I know what you're asking. Well, T, what is leadership? We're going to come back to that. Stick with me. But know the difference between coaching and management. Okay, team, you still there? You still with me? Let's move on to number 4, the 4th misconception about what leadership truly is. All right. You're going to be given a lot of things that are your responsibility as the leader, okay? You're going to be told that you've got to make effective decisions. You're going to be told that you've got to build positive cultures. You're going to be told that you've got to hold others accountable. You're going to be told all types of things. Let me clear up any misconceptions about what your fundamental duty as a leader is. Your fundamental duty as a leader is to teach. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. The fundamental duty of a leader is to teach. Some of you, like myself, may be people of faith. Think about what Jesus did. Jesus did a lot of things, but the bulk of what he did was teach. That's what he did. Leaders teach. And we'll talk about the things that leaders teach, but just know this. Leadership has little to do with assuming responsibility over others. It has nothing to do with power over others, like we talked about earlier. Leaders don't just take the customer complaints and phone calls and escalations. Leaders just aren't responsible for this or that. Leaders teach. If you take that approach, with your new team, that you are going to spend your time and focus on teaching them what to do, how to do it, teaching them and empowering them, that's where your success will lie as a leader. Believe me when I tell you. Okay, for those of you who are still with me, respect. The fifth misconception about leadership. You're gonna be told a million things that you've got to do, but there is one thing that you have to focus on above all others, above anything else. You've got to focus on self-awareness. That is lesson 1 in the study of leadership. Self-awareness, awareness of self. And there are 4 things that you must study about yourself. There are 4 things that you've got to teach your team to study about themselves. All right. Number 1, the roadmap to life. Remember what we said life is. Life is a series of challenges destined to be met and mastered. The roadmap to life is goals. When it comes to self-awareness, you've got to understand your goals. Okay? You've got to understand what drives you. You've got to understand what motivates you. You know, that's another thing that people get wrong about leaders. Leaders are supposed to motivate their teams. Man, cut that noise. You can't motivate anyone. What does motivate mean? Motivate means to cause to move. Motivate means to cause to take action, to be the impulse of something doing something else. Listen, you can't motivate anyone. Yes, there are powerful speakers that may be able to inspire you to get up and do something. But who's going to inspire you every day? Day after day after day. The only person who can do that is you. You got to find what motivates yourself. So your goals, again, are what helps you to do that. Remembering your goals when it comes to them, that is the roadmap of life. The roadmap to your success is knowing what it is you want to do, and most importantly about goals, why you want to do it. So many people set off to light the world on fire in this endeavor or that thing, but without a firm idea of why they're doing it. That's why people fall short of their goals. People realize that that's not really what I wanted to do in the first place, so they just give up on it, or they fail to understand why they're doing something. Okay, that's the most important thing about a goal. And when it comes to leadership, the first step we'll teach you is that you've got to define your goal. And the first thing you're going to define about it is the what. The second thing is the why. Okay? If you don't know the when and the where and the how, don't worry about that. Those things will come. You'll learn the how along the way. Don't suffer from paralysis by analysis. Get started. Once you have the what and you got the why, man, you'll figure out the how. That's number 1. You got to learn about yourself is your goal. Number 2, and I want you to get a pad and paper, and I want you to take a personal inventory of your strengths. Okay, that is the number 1 tool to goal attainment, to success, is understanding, recognizing, acknowledging, and leaning on your strengths. What are your strengths? Your strengths are all the things that you were gifted. That all the things that you were gifted to allow you to attack your goals and to successfully attain them. That's what your strengths are. How do you figure out what your strengths are? Your strengths. What are the things you're interested in? What are the things you have a knack for? What are your hobbies? What do people often come to you for help with? What are you known as a subject matter expert in? What are the things that just flat come easy to you? Those are your strengths. Inventory those. They will help you towards greatness. Third thing that you have to know about yourself, take a guess. You know what it is. If your strengths are the first tool, what's the second? Your weaknesses. Don't misunderstand. Your weaknesses aren't what keep you from your goal. That's the number 2 tool, is your weakness. Your weaknesses can help you they will help you towards your goal. How? Because that's exactly what you have to work on to hit it. Your weaknesses are those things that potentially prohibit you from hitting your goal. That's why you got to recognize them. If some of you are gym goers, okay, you're leaders in the gym, but a couple of y'all skip legs day. You know, I like to go to the gym too. I go 4 or 5 times a week consistently. And I'll tell you, my mother, she always, I was born with skinny legs. I admit it. Okay. You'll never catch me in shorts. But my mother says I'm built like a mosquito. Now, I have no idea how my mother became an expert in mosquito anatomy, but they must have skinny legs because that's what she called me. But at any rate, I hit my legs twice a week because I know that's my weakness. I know I got to build those jokers up. I look like a baby giraffe. But that's your roadmap to your success. You know what to avoid. You know what you have to work on. You got to identify, acknowledge, accept, and strengthen those weaknesses. Okay? So they are your number 2 tool. Now, fourth thing. This is the hard one, and it's the easy one. The fourth thing that you must know about yourself, you must know your enemy. You must know thine enemy. All right? I don't mean that person you're going to fight in the parking lot after work. I don't mean that. All right? Who is your enemy? 99% of the time, who stops you from hitting your goal? After all, an enemy is anything that stands in between you and where you want to go. Who is your enemy 99% of the time? You. You are the only person that can stop you from hitting your goal 99% of the time. Sure, there are going to be, God forbid, unfortunate occasions in which you are a victim of circumstance, an innocent victim. I get it. Barring those rare occasions, you are the enemy within. You have to recognize that you are the enemy keeping you from getting out of bed. You are the enemy that grabs one more donut. You are the enemy that skips the gym. You are the enemy that doesn't make one more phone call before you clock out for the day. You are the enemy that passes by a mistake and lets it happen. You are the enemy that doesn't stop your team from doing the wrong thing and correct them on the spot. You are the enemy that stops you from hitting your KPIs. That is you. Okay? 99% of the time, you must recognize, be self-aware that you are your own enemy. Know that. Okay, team? You're with me. You're here. The 5 things about leadership that you're probably getting wrong. Number 1, leadership is not about power over others. Leadership is about power over yourself. Number 2, leadership is not something you do at work. Something from 9 to 5. Leadership is how you live your life every day. Okay, number 3, management, coaching, and leadership are not the same thing. They're different. They're applied differently. The leader's responsibility is to make sure that what's needed gets done, whether it's management, coaching, or good old-fashioned leadership. Number 4, the leader's going to be given myriad tasks to do every day. But remember this, the fundamental purpose of a leader is to teach. Finally, number 5, lesson 1 about leadership. The leader must practice the art of self-awareness. The leader must be disciplined to study him or herself every day, constantly. Meditate on yourself. Meditate to know what your goals are and why they're your goals, your strengths, your weaknesses, and above all, your enemy. Team, we went through all that. Now we're going to redefine leadership. If you Google leadership, you're going to get some stuff, and I get it, and I'm not discrediting any of that. But we wanted to redefine leadership today. And let me tell you how I define leadership. I swear by this. The definition of leadership, ready? Leadership is the relentless pursuit of a goal. That's it. Any leader in any capacity, whether it's a single mother trying to raise a couple of kids to get them successfully from school to high school to college and on after that. Whether it's a captain of industry leading a team of 1,000, whether it's a fire chief helping the team learn how to put out fires and get back safely. Whether it's a football coach helping the team to learn how to win games, the leader is relentlessly in pursuit of his or her goal. That's the definition of leadership. That's what leadership is. That's why you want to promote. You want to promote because you know you have it within you to not only lead yourself, but to teach others how to be successful. That's what leaders do. One more time. What is it? Define leadership for me. Say it. Say it into that. Say it right. Watch on your TV. Say it. Well, I didn't hear too many of you. So anyway, leadership is the relentless pursuit of a goal. Self-awareness. Man, you know what? Self-awareness. This is my first video, okay? And I'm telling you, when I was talking to that young guy in the office and I realized how much he misunderstood about leadership, I felt compelled. I felt the need. Maybe there's other people out there that are truly misunderstanding what leadership is and they could use some of this. That's why I made this video. I never set out to be a YouTuber. I never want to be an influencer, okay? I just want to teach. And if there's anyone out there who wants to learn more about what I've learned about leadership over the last 30 plus years, come back. No, I didn't say that right. Subscribe. Now I really sound like a YouTuber. If you want to learn more about leadership, real leadership, subscribe. Thanks for leading.